What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, let's talk about little half a motherfucker Tank Davis right now, real quick. So, Tank Davis says he's running things, right? He's the man around here. So, I have a question to all of the minions, okay? The Tank Davis minions. And like I said, I always was rooting for Tank to win. He been acting real weird lately, and it's like he's on that. Okay, if he win, he win. If he don't, he don't. I'm really like that. Period. Overall, but I don't even like for Tank. Tank is just on some weirdo. Like he just. I don't. I mean, hypocrites, man. I can't fuck with hypocrites. But bottom line is, the guy is calling himself the face of boxing. He decides to want to go into diva mode. He's sitting there talking about how Floyd owed us all these money, and he this, the nigga broke, blah, blah, blah. He lied to y'all. He jealous because I'm making $25 million. I mean, he's acting like a straight up diva, man. Like, you sit up here talking about Floyd. Now he's talking about his next 5 opponents, and Floyd's supposed to be one of them, and out of all of the opponents, his hardest opponent is going to be Floyd. Okay, so let me ask y'all this, all y'all minions. Are y'all finally gonna stop blaming Floyd and Leonard Ellerbe for his fuck ups and setbacks? Like I've been telling y'all, he's a grown ass man. Ain't no grown man or woman gonna fucking tell me what I can and cannot do. They can't. How the fuck? Oh, we ain't gonna sanction that fight between you and this guy. We don't want you. No, fuck that. Bottom line, he's the man, right? He called the shots. So why the fuck do Floyd name keep coming up, or Leonard Ellerbe or anybody else's name? So now that he done sat here and named his so-called next 5 opponents, well, are y'all going to hold him to that standard? I mean, Garcia's name, he already fought him. He brought up Haney's name. He brought up Floyd's name. He's talking shit. He brought up Teofimo Lopez's name. Okay, well, I tell y'all what. Out of all these guys' names that he's saying, okay, if he fights anybody other than those guys, and I don't mean because one of them got injured or something like that. No, I mean, if it's just a case of him just running his mouth. It's not like fighters aren't used to doing this, but a lot of people have been accusing Tank of doing this for the longest, that he's not fighting the very best guys, right? He purposely just wants to fight to just make money because because people find it to be exciting, he gets knockouts. Now it's like he's a fighter. It doesn't matter who he's fighting. People want to come out just to see Tank. Well, I'll tell you what. With the baby steps that he's made, right? That turns into giant steps in terms of his popularity and all. He's basically speaking as if he can do whatever without Floyd. So great. So when are y'all going to let go and stop blaming Floyd for this grown-ass man fuck-ups? Pretty much, I want to say this. He talked a whole lot of shit. Well, Clarissa Shields is speaking in her video, and we already know the story. And she said she was there, right? Now, he's doing all this. She looked like Joanna, man. She looked like Antonio Tarver with a wig. And for some reason now he's saying he's a goofball. He's a clown. And basically, one of the things I learned about people too, right? Laughter is an easy way to get to somebody. When people can make you laugh, people, I like that nigga, yo, that nigga funny as hell, yo, I like that. That's because it's really easy to appease stupid people. So basically, he got clowned for them fucking him with them little panties jumping around, dancing, slapping his ass and all that shit, slapping his body and all that shit he was doing. Okay, well, see, he don't want y'all to remember stuff like that. And I'm laughing because I'm like, damn, this dude was doing all that weirdo, zesty fucking fruitcake shit, but then he's over here, saying the shit he's saying about Shields. And then you got idiots that was, oh man, this bitch pissed me off. Oh, she's irritating. Why? Because she's not afraid of Tank Davis? Why? Because she got the heart to stand up to him when y'all bitch asses don't. So-called men, all y'all do is crowd around these fighters and suck their ass trying to get interviews. And then y'all fucking fans sit up here and act like they can do no wrong. But when he was grabbing, and I brought that up before Shields did. Yes, yanking on the girl, and then they said he was slapping the girl around and all that. Okay, well, I thought y'all hated Floyd Mayweather because of domestic violence, right? But somehow y'all love Tank. It's something about y'all where y'all just fix it in your mind that y'all don't like a person. and say shit about that person, but then y'all cheer a motherfucker for doing the very things, the very same shit. And not to mention, like, we talk about plea bargains and all that bullshit, man. If you understand how court works, a plea bargain does not mean, oh, I did it. A plea bargain means you don't have the proof that you need to win a fucking case in court. And it's easier for you to take the plea bargain because, like a judge said in court, I heard this out of with my own 2 ears. She said, my job is to believe the police officer. Your job is to change my mind. Okay. And without proof, basically that shit comes back to you. Now whatever the consequences are going to be is going to be like heavy. You understand what I mean? That's the purpose of a plea bargain. It doesn't mean that you actually did it. And that's a fact. I heard cops, you see when the cops, y'all been driving, right? You see the cop sit there and the cop got their arm stuck out the window with that little radar, that scanner. Okay. They don't necessarily know. Now, if it's a thing where it's like one car at a time, man, there's times where it's a whole sea of cars. And them motherfuckers are just playing go fish. And I've heard them admit they had it on video. Right on YouTube. Had it on video. They're like, hey, well, we out here going to play go fish, and hey, see who we come up with. And they even said, we don't always know if we got the right guy, but hey, man, it's life. Life isn't fair. Okay. So just because somebody took a fucking plea bargain don't mean that they're guilty. So bottom line is, you've made up your mind you hate somebody because of. Okay. But Tank Davis was yanking on this chick and smacking her the fuck around. That's what the report said. Clarissa Shields said she was there. Right. So Mr. I'm a Muslim all of a sudden. See, you know what's so crazy? Remember how he was talking about he gonna snatch a Frank Martin little girl and all that shit? Now you hear Ryan Garcia saying the same shit to Errol Spence and all this. But these so-called holy men who do worse shit than people who the so-called sinners are. They think somehow they're above that. They're different. They curse, they swear, they wear all this gold and these diamonds and all this. They do everything that their religion tells them not to do. Somehow, y'all don't understand that. So all of this talking, him smacking the fucking chick around, yanking on her, smacking her around, but y'all don't hate him, but y'all hate Floyd. We didn't see Floyd do shit, which was always my point. We're not there to see that shit. We seen him yanking on Shorty. And we heard the reports that he was smacking her the fuck around. And, okay. And he did the shit openly. And Clarissa said the motherfucker had bodyguards. You think the body... Now, here's the thing. His bodyguards didn't even go over there like, yo, Tank, chill, man. What the fuck you doing? No. They went over there to make sure nobody got involved to do nothing to Tank. And for the record, street niggas don't walk around with bodyguards, Negro. They walk around with street niggas. That's what killed me about you motherfuckers. Oh, nigga, I ain't from the sun, nigga. I'm from the struggles. And y'all brag about that shit. Because I came from dirt, nigga, and I did this, and you still dirt, nigga. That's exactly the point y'all don't fucking get. I'm a gangster. I'm a street nigga, but you got bodyguards. You a little bitch. That's what people don't understand. These motherfuckers ain't no street my ass. Ain't that what you trying to get away from, the streets? Now all of a sudden y'all want to label people preppy boys and all. I told you, you see this shit. The same shit that they tried to do with Devin, now you see him trying to do it to Frank Martin. This is what y'all call the face of boxing. A dude that has no respect for women, a fake-ass Muslim, not even true to himself. So how you going to be true to a soul? Fuck religion anyway. Fuck religion. The spiritual side of things, any of that shit you want to say, where the fuck did he show you that he's even tapped into that? No, it's all about their own progression in life. Lord, bless me to make more money. Lord, bless me to be able to do this and this and that. It's not about how you treat people, how you embrace people, the love that you have. No, it's none of that shit. It ain't about that. It's all for their self-glorification and for their benefit. You better believe that shit. They don't give a fuck about you, me, or nobody else other than people that's in their circle sucking their ass for them. That's where these people stand. And all of a sudden now, him talking about, we made it cool, you know what I'm saying? Like basically punk Ryan Garcia. Yo, Devin and them tried to do this and this and that. Like, bruh, and if you listen to him, let me show you what a deceiver is. A deceiver is a person, well, we know what deceiving is. Let me tell you one of their traits. One of their traits is this. See, they'll tell you somebody's jealous of them, right? Let them keep talking and you'll see they're talking about themselves. Example. He said Floyd is jealous of his 25 million. Floyd make that shit fighting exhibitions. He's sitting up here trying to tell all Floyd's so-called business, right? And for some idiot to, well, we ain't hear nothing from Floyd. If I said, let me tell y'all something stupid. This man said Floyd got kidnapped. Okay? Government officials don't kidnap you. Police officials don't kidnap you. Okay? You're detained or you're arrested. Kidnap means somebody snatched his ass up off the streets or wherever. Not some legal, you understand what I'm saying? Like some, hey, this motherfucker owe me money, go get this nigga. Like that's what he, you understand what I'm saying? It's like Deontay Wilder's brother saying he had an autopsy done, yet the motherfucker's not dead. Okay? So if Floyd had any issues and he was in Saudi or whatever, they talk about, no. If you're detained, you're arrested for some shit or something, kidnapping is illegal, stupid. See, your choice of fucking words, y'all are so fucking dumb. Like, seriously, the shit that y'all say and repeat and believe. Well, he's saying all of that, but then you notice when they talk about, and they was asking him about, like, what's your beef with Dev? They talk about this nigga, you know what I'm saying, one of the top fucking five, like, you know what I'm saying, the nigga said Ryan only got one thing, a left hook, and that's the only thing Ryan kept hitting him with the whole fucking night, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, and they talk this nigga one of the, like, oh, so that's what it really is. You don't want nobody to be seen as good as you are. You don't want nobody to get the type of recognition that you get. So the jealousy is really on his side. Why? He's a selfish motherfucker. He wants to be the only person that people are looking at and saying, nah, he's that guy. Like for example, you had Muhammad Ali, then it was everybody else. You had Ray Robinson, then it was everybody else. There was Ray Leonard, then it was everybody else. You always had somebody that stood out more than everybody else. It was Michael Jordan, then it was everybody else. There was Wayne Gretzky, then it was everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? That type of shit. There was Pele, and it was everybody else. He want to be seen like that. He don't even want people to get credit. But it's funny because remember, when Ryan Garcia beat Haney, what did he tweet? Yo, I'm about to go and celebrate our victory. I mean, the arrogance of this little dude. And I'm like, so this is the face of boxing now. This is what we going to get. You motherfuckers, and this is what I'm saying. Why I'm even saying this? Because y'all talk so much shit about Floyd Mayweather. And as Floyd got older and started to mature, bottom line, y'all still kept bringing up his past. Yet here you got somebody who all of a sudden come out and now all of a sudden he's a jokester. He's a clown. He's a little tough guy. All this them running up on Devin Haney, all this little shit that he's doing. And this is what new Muslims do. This is what new Christians do. This is, yeah. And they're both two Muslim brothers, right? It's what I'm telling you. Start holding these grown-ass men and women accountable for their own actions. Y'all treat Tank just like he's a little kid. I know he looks and talks like a little fucking baby, but he's a 29-year-old grown-ass man. And every time I hear this dude say something or do something stupid, y'all make excuses for him. Just like, for example, how you going to hate Floyd but love Adrian? Broner is by far a bigger asshole than Floyd ever was. Ever. And the same asshole that was trying to save and help him, that nigga he hating on me, man. That nigga he don't want to see me shine. He this and this and this. Every time you see him, now he's sniffing up Tank ass, right? What is Tank doing for him? Huh? Who knows? Maybe Tank breaking him off a little money on the side. Who knows? Who knows? I doubt it. But bottom line, that's a grown-ass man, right? But bottom line, what I'm saying, if he is helping Adrian any kind of way, Adrian, you better not bump heads with him because he going to tell everybody the whole shit. Nigga, you was broke, nigga. Nigga, you come me begging for money, nigga. I gave your bum ass money, nigga, when I ain't had to. Trust me, if he's helping Adrian any kind of way, all they gotta do is have a simple misunderstanding. He gonna put up a tweet, then take the shit down, then jump on the video and talk shit. All of a sudden now, this dude just got a chip on his shoulder. See, y'all don't see what's happening. Y'all, it's like it's happening right in front of y'all. You know how some people watch a movie and you watching the same movie they watching? They just don't seem to understand nothing that's happening. You get it. Everybody else in the room get it, but they just don't. And no matter how many times you explain it to them, they just don't get it. That's what a lot of y'all do. So yeah, start holding this grown ass man accountable for his own actions. Stop blaming Floyd, Leonard Ellerbe, Al Heyman. It's always somebody other than the person that's doing it. You know, I remember quick example. Somebody let their dog loose. I remember I was driving, the dog just came out of nowhere. Boom! Right? Whose fault was that? I didn't have enough time to stop. He just came out of nowhere. You know they got a lower center of gravity. Just, okay, you leave your door open. Now, get the fuck mad at me because your dog is dead because you left your fucking door wide open and your dog ran out the house. So get mad at me because you did that shit. You understand what I'm saying? No, it's not your fault that you didn't have the dog secured in the house where he can't get out and run out into the street, but that's the way it happened, right? Okay. That's somebody else's fault because of your mistake, your bad judgment call. This is what I'm seeing with this little dude, man. He has no respect for women. Okay? He doesn't even understand what the fuck it is to even be a Muslim. He doesn't, clearly. He doesn't. But once again, this new wave of Muslims and Christians and whoever, not that it ever was fucking legit, but bottom line is, I'm saying, he definitely doesn't get it. He definitely doesn't get it. At least the teachings and how he carried himself. And no, you can't tell us, oh, well, off camera is different, but on camera, no. The dude does what he does. And at the end of the day, the same way right now he's on top, you're not going to always be on top. And, you know, when people, you know, like somebody made a comment about how Oscar De La Hoya didn't even have to give Shane Mosley's son a chance and he ain't this, he ain't that. Well, you know what? Understand this. If it wasn't for Floyd Mayweather, nobody would know who the fuck Tank Davis is either. Yeah, if it wasn't for Floyd, where the fuck would Tank be? And Tank can make all the threats he want, put all the tweets up and take them back down. What other fucking promotion have you seen Tank breaking his neck to go and be a part of? Huh? Okay. So no matter how much shit he talk, what'd he do? Stuck his ass around Floyd and them. So bottom line, you hear Leonard Ellerbe saying, Tank Davis called the shots. Tank Davis, he fights who he wants to fight. Remember, nobody can make Tank an offer. Tank make the offers. Okay. Yeah, okay. So why are you still blaming Floyd? Why are we still bringing up anybody other than Tank Davis? And let's be real, okay? When it comes to smarts and being a businessman, what has fucking Tank showed you that he knows how to do? What is Tank doing outside of boxing? You understand what I'm saying? Tank doesn't have that. No, because outside of the ring, he's too busy trying to be a so-called street nigga, want to be seen as a street nigga. Bottom line now, this man is doing what he's doing. Look here. If Frank Martin was to beat Tank Davis and his stock dropped the way, because you know in boxing, once you can't lose too many fights before people start to, you know, write you off. You know, but Tank Davis, if he lose to Frank Martin, it's not going to be a good look for him. And especially the fact that Frank Martin is a heavy underdog. You know Frank Martin is cool with Errol Spence. At one point, Errol Spence and Tank was cool. Tank was taking shots at Errol Spence in the video that he made. You understand what I'm saying? And I knew he was talking about Tank. I heard what he said. You know what I'm saying? And he talking about how people fail to do this and that. And I heard what he said. Here's the thing, though. People don't learn from other people's mistakes. Arrogance only going to get you so far. One thing I always said about Tank is, with his short height and his short reach, he better be one of them fighters to go out when he's still on top, whatever age that is. Because once he lose that foot speed, he's going to be in trouble. And the reason he's going to be in trouble is because even though Tank can punch, if you watch Tank, he'll come forward on some fighters. But when you can punch, because a lot of people are naturally bigger than Tank. You can punch, Tank is on the back foot. And he'll come in when he need to. He'll walk you down, then he'll get back on the back foot. When it gets to the point where he lose that foot speed, he won't be able to get away from guys. You see, and that's going to be the thing. And with the longer reach, they're going to keep him outside. They'll pummel him. So he's definitely one of them guys that once he starts to lose reflexes, foot speed and reflexes, he's going to have problems, especially when he loses hand speed. Because the power, even if the power's still there, if you can't get your shot to the target, then what does that mean? See, and so when he's talking about his next 5 opponents, I don't know how long he's planning on sticking around. I remember one point he made a comment about he want to fight maybe another 2 or 3 years and retire. Okay, whatever. We gotta stop with this asshole shit though. We gotta stop. We got. When you look at something, right? You gotta understand something. People will say things to you, right? They'll address people. They'll talk on the microphone and tell all those watching what their thoughts are, or this, that, or what a situation is. And you never stop to think, like, when they're telling you things, are they telling you something that they have witnessed with their own 2 eyes, words that have come out their mouth to be spoken to a person, or word that somebody spoke to them, or are they just talking, right? And you got to think, like people was talking some shit about, why say something if you didn't do it? Why say it, right? Bullshit. And I'll give you a perfect example. How many of you motherfuckers have been pulled over by a police officer? And that police officer wound up saying, all right, man, hey, bud, where you going? I'm going to work or whatever. I'm going. Okay, all right. I clocked you. You're going a little fast. I clocked you doing 78. But they always have the same, I clock you, in a 65, right? And they'll tell you that shit. And what they'll say to you is, all right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a break. Right? Now, if you admit that you did it, because you actually did it, okay, cool. Now, let's say they give you a warning. But let's say they give you a ticket, and you're like, officer, I was been doing 65 this whole time. You got the wrong person. And they tell you that they're going to give you a break. So instead of saying that let's say they say you were doing 85, they're going to now they'll drop it down and say you were doing 75. Okay. It's just your word against this officer's word. If you took the fucking plea bargain, why'd you take it? The prosecutor will tell you you fight this ticket, more than likely you're going to lose. You don't even have representation. Even if you had an attorney, if you fight it, you lose. You're going to have to pay court costs. Plus, your license is going to be suspended because you were well over the speed limit. And then what? So you got to look at what's at stake. What are you losing? This is why people take plea bargains, which I told you on the last video. This is what I'm saying. So when people talk shit about what somebody else should or shouldn't do, just think about the times you was in the same situation. You're just not thinking about it that way. But yeah. You can stand on all 10 toes and say, nah, I'm not pleading guilty to this shit. This officer, he didn't pick me out. Well, how can you prove that he didn't pick you out? And you got to remember, they're not required to present their little speed scans to show the speed. They can do it. It doesn't mean that it was you that they caught. Just like they're not forced to they don't have to present video camera footage. And they're only gonna do that to prove you wrong. So if they do a fuck up, no, they're not gonna do it. Okay, and that's why the tickets, more likely they're more out of your price range. Nobody want to be spending those $1,600 on no fucking ticket, right? So bottom line, what do? You take the fucking plea bargain to lighten whatever the penalties are. Why people act so stupid? Y'all think just because somebody is rich, well, jail time was involved too. Let's not forget that. So even if you didn't do this shit and they telling you they caught you doing 95 or whatever, that's a suspended license. So guess what? You can't prove it. What do? This is what I'm saying. So you got to think like that's a part of life where, okay, this is a battle that if I fight back in this one, I'm going to lose. You can sit there and clap your fingers and pray and all. You understand what you need to do. They don't care about right and wrong. Okay, it's like when you trying to make yourself a better person, but people around you don't care about any of that. It makes your job harder because you're dealing with people that want to oppose you on a regular basis. Whereas if you're around people that was all trying to enlighten themselves and become better people, then it's different. It's a lot different. Okay, it's like you being a train. Imagine you ever take your dog to a dog park, right? And your dog is used to being up around you all the time. Right? So now when you take your dog to this dog park, your dog is looking at the other dogs, but they kind of come and stand behind you. They don't even want the other dogs to be like this. They literally stand behind you. They won't go play with the other dogs. Now, do you force them to go play with other dogs, or do you just kind of walk around and the whole time your dog is nervous though? They stick with you. They're letting you know I'm not comfortable with this, right? Now, are you taking your dog to the park just to take the dog out, let them run? Because the dog is only comfortable when there's no other dogs in the park. Versus now, okay, every day they start coming out. Every dog is not going to just open up. Some of them will just stay there. I'm not going to push my dog and make them go mingle. But my point is, you see the difference in the reaction. Where other dogs are just running all over. It could be the same type of dog. They can have somebody out there can have the same type of dog you have. Doesn't mean that your dog is going to just, let me link up with that dog right there. Nope. And sometimes they just never change, and then sometimes they'll break out of it, and then little by little they'll kind of, But your dog, what do? They stand close to you. You know what I'm saying? If you stand and just walk to your left, stand right in your house and just take a few steps back. Your dog will come. Wherever you go, your dog is there. They're attached to you. You understand what I'm saying to you? So methods to try to break them out of that. It's just like your kids. You take them to daycare, they cry. You take them to kindergarten, they cry. After a while, they outgrow it. You understand what I mean? Because, okay. You understand what I'm saying? But some kids just, it's so, you can't just put people in a box and say everybody's the same. It's always the same situation. No, it's not. It's not. But when we're not there to witness it, we just go by what we hear and then we listen to what people are saying. And like I said, when people are full of shit, it just shows. So it is what it is. But yeah, Mr. Tank Davis slapping up women, crashing cars up and then leaving the scene of the crime. All this kind of bullshit. Sitting up here shaking his ass and voguing and slapping his ass and slapping his hips and all of that. Yeah, this is your face of boxing. Yeah. You wonder why everybody think they can jump in the fucking boxing ring and fight, right? Look at who the fucking representatives are. Just saying, man. Back in the day, we had one guy named Butterbean, and he was basically doing tough man type shit. The competitions, and he wound up getting there with some like older boxers at some point, when he was retired. Or old, like much older, like Larry Holmes and shit like that, stuff like that. Fighters that was, got up there. Kimbo Slice came from a street fighting background, went to MMA first, then found his way into boxing afterwards. So bottom line, people knew take this shit serious. Nowadays, everything is just a joke. It's goofy. It's corny. It's just like some watered down, childish shit. But listen, y'all, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I tell y'all what, let this little baby man, okay, let him be responsible for himself. Stop pointing fingers. They've been holding him back. No, he's been holding himself back. And if they were holding him back, there would be no reason that he's beefing with Floyd was still cool with Ellerbe. No, he would have found another company to go to. He would have went elsewhere. So it goes to show you what I'm saying. I mean, come on, y'all. Use your common sense. But this dude right here, he's a fraud, man. Like, I just watched him, and like I told you guys, I don't have any emotional attachment to these people. So yeah, you can go back in videos and go, yeah, but you was talking good about it. Yeah. I have a reason to say the shit I'm saying right now. The more you start to see and a person starts showing you who they really are, okay. That's the difference maker. Simple. Like I said, if I was like you motherfuckers, I'd be overlooking it and yeah, tank. No. It's never praising these folks. I just give them credit for what they do in the ring. And yes, how you carry yourself and conduct yourself is one thing. So no, when you show me to be your fraudulent motherfucker, I'm not going by hearsay. I'm going by what he did and what he said. And what Shields said about him was already said. But Shields said she was there. Did you hear this little half a motherfucker deny it? Okay. And even for somebody to deny it don't mean that they're telling the truth, but do you hear him denying it? No. He's trying to be Mr. Funny, crack jokes and call her names to get y'all to, oh shit, right? See, and that's all it is. And then all of a sudden, I like that nigga. That's what they do. It's that easy to throw the reel out and pull up a stupid motherfucker. It's that easy. Oh, hey, Raleigh Romero did it. Yeah, he did it with no problem. You got a lot of folks that done that shit. Y'all was calling them trash. They wasn't this. Y'all didn't like them. And all of a sudden, now y'all love them. It's not what they do in the ring, though. It's just all this dramatic bullshit. So we're going to see what Tank Davis does. He's the man now, right? It's all about him. So let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. And you know, whatever shortcomings may still happen, y'all can blame who y'all want. Doesn't make a difference to me. But on a personal note, I know as a man, you're going to stand on your own too. You don't need nobody to be taking care of you and showing you as a grown-ass man. Nah, certain shit you just automatically know that you don't do. Well, the way I see it for him, well, he got people that sit back there and no matter what he does wrong, you know, he's like smarter than Adrian Broner, but not smart enough to know that he's making a fool out of himself and he's putting himself in a position where this shit can come back and backfire on him. That's what he's doing. So, maybe he'll figure it out, maybe he won't. But at the end of the day, y'all, this is the type of shit that y'all need to pay attention to. Because a person's character is what I go by. You understand what I mean? You're showing me who you are. So, okay, cool. I keep what they do as far as accolades, whatever, what they do in the ring. All these people are human beings. All right? That's all they are. Nothing special about them. They do what they do. They don't give a fuck about me or you. Simple. I don't give a fuck about them. It's just a sport. That's all. I don't want your autograph. I don't want to take a picture with you. None of that shit. If it's a mutual respect, we meet or something like that or whatever, cool, whatever. But other than that, nah. I'm never with no ass kissing shit. And that's why you don't see me running around here trying to interview these motherfuckers. Because they're not going to be talking to me, cutting me off and raising their voice at me. I drop that camera, motherfucker. Plain and simple. This is what I'm saying. I'm not built for that kind of shit. I don't have that kind of tolerance. And they disrespect these same reporters. And their attitude is, hey, motherfucker, I don't need you. You need me. My interview is going to give your fucking channel more subscribers and views and shit like that. That's how they look at you. And it's true to a fault. You know what I'm saying? To a fault. And that's why they abuse y'all like that. Because y'all over there, well, sir, Mr. This motherfucker, you every bit as old as he is, calling this motherfucker sir or mister. What kind of shit is that? Stupid motherfuckers, man. Like, that's just not for me. So, yeah, that's y'all thing. But anyway, I just wanted to get this video out, man, and let this little baby man start doing for himself. Start taking accountability for himself and his decisions. He all about the cars. You know, he all about the money. Mr. I'm a Muslim now, and, you know, all this shit. So he's the face of boxing, right? Well, I'll tell y'all what. The face of boxing looking kind of ugly right now. It's real shit. And for the record, the fact that he's talking about Floyd, Clarissa Shields, and everything and everybody else more than he's talking about his own fight with Frank Martin, it just goes to show you he don't respect Frank Martin. And if he walks through Frank Martin, everybody gonna say that's why, because he knew Frank Martin was easy. If he goes in there and get his ass whooped, well, that's on him, right? Should have been focused. All this motherfucker been talking about the entire time. Only time he's talking about Frank Martin is when he's in front of Frank Martin. Other than that, he's talking about Devin Haney. He's talking about Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about Floyd Mayweather. He's talking about Clarissa Shields. Everything other than Frank Martin. So, yeah. Just saying, y'all. Just saying. We'll see what happens with him. I'm not sticking around on it for a personal note, but we know what goes on. We get word. We get the boxing news. We see. But he's on his own. Now, y'all can blame who y'all want. But this is a grown-ass man. But y'all treat him like that. That's why I refer to him as a baby man. Because the way he carry himself and the way y'all treat him. That's exactly how y'all like y'all deal with a little baby man here. Like he don't know any better. Anyway, talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.